yesterday we talked about the emotional needs, the psychological needs according to Tom Kitwood's model, which was represented in the flower. We'll have a look at that again in a moment. But this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When we're talking about the physical environment, we're talking about an area of personal, of human function that's associated with certain needs. We need shelter. And that's one of the needs that is a very physiological need. Maslow arranged the needs here from physiological to safety, love and belonging, esteem needs, and self-actualization. In an aged care physical environment, we're talking about the physiological needs of shelter and also the safety needs of security and physical safety. But interestingly, we're also talking about a place where you can feel like you belong. So it's a physical environment that must be more than just a safe, secure shelter. It needs to be an environment that satisfies some of these higher order needs as well. Because in aged care, we take good care of the bottom two levels. We do the physical work well, the tasks. People are clean, they're physically safe, they're well fed. But then we bore them to death. That's an overstatement, but not far from the mark. In aged care, we look after the physiological and the safety needs very well, usually. Sometimes little problems emerge, but most of the time we do that really well. That's where task focus is. But we need to also be interested in these other levels of love and belonging, feeling like you are safe with people who have affection for you and to whom you can belong. People who respect and value you. This is the esteem needs. And finally, living in a place where you can do meaningful things with your life, where you can live meaningfully in whatever way is possible for you. So, Maslow's hierarchy of needs has a lot to do with our physical environment, not just down at these basic physiological and safety needs, but in terms of shaping the physical environment for these social and emotional well-being issues. If you look across to Kitwood's 5 essential needs of comfort, attachment, inclusion, identity and occupation, you can see there that those needs can be addressed at each of these levels. If you take comfort, for instance, the comfort need that we have, the need for comfort, can be physical. It can be about relief from pain. It can be about the right temperature in the room, wearing shoes that fit, trousers that fit, shirt that fits, warm enough for the weather. Or comfort can be about your physical safety, knowing that you're in a place where you can feel safe from threat. Nobody's going to hurt you here. Or it can be about love and belonging, that I actually feel comfortable with the people I'm with. These people hold me in esteem and I feel good. And so comfort has to do with being regarded with respect by others. I can feel like I can be myself because I'm going to be valued by people. Now, it might not ever come to words, but that's a sense you can have. And finally, comfort can be about doing something meaningful with your life that makes you feel like you're achieving the best thing you can for yourself. So comfort needs can be met in lots of different ways. So too with any of these other needs. They can be met in many different ways in the person's life. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm not going to go through each of the needs, but just to illustrate the fact that our physical environment has implications for our social and emotional need level within ourselves. How we go about meeting our social and emotional needs has a lot to do with the physical environment. And as we saw yesterday, with the model that Kitwood presented of the person-centred approach, the flower is a really useful metaphor for these essential needs within the person. Each of those needs, when they're met, will create the experience of being loved and cared for. But if they're not met, then we often see disturbed or responsive behaviour that people engage in order to meet those needs.